Not even doing anything to the jig. It's not even on the bottom. It's just getting tap, 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 tap. It's, I don't know, I hope you can see it, hey folks. Like there is bonito everywhere. Look at them. How good does that look? Oh yeah. Might be a bit bigger than I can handle. Let's try and move forward. Oh no! Oh. G'day, my name is Luke and this is my wife Jen. And here are our two growing boys, Liam and Elliot. We've been fishing, boating and exploring the pristine waters of the Fraser Coast for about 10 years now. So subscribe and come join the adventure. Good morning everybody, Luke here. Thank you so much for watching. I have just had an absolutely awesome, I think there was a turtle over there, absolutely awesome run out. It was fantastic. You know those mornings where you wake up, it's like 4 in the morning, 3:34, you're in your doona, you're all nice and warm, you're just like, oh, I don't want to get up, the alarm's going off, I know it's going to be cold, I might get wet, I might not catch any fish, I don't want to go. And then you get out of bed and you get in the boat and you finally push off. Dream run. It feels so good. I'm so glad I did it. Sunrise over Fraser Island. We're out here nice and early this morning. I came out with a mate yesterday who's really camera shy, didn't want to be on the camera. He's very shy, I think. But anyway, we came out here yesterday, we fished this area a little bit in close to the island and we caught so many fish. But they were all smaller models, nothing above sort of 40 centimeters. So I figured today I'd come out to the same area and fish really early in the morning and see if that makes a difference with the size of the species. So that's what I'm hoping to do this morning. I'm just feeling so pumped after that run. It was like glass all the way here. It was awesome. Yeah, if I can catch a fish now, I'll be super stoked. Rightio. We've got variable winds below 10 knots up until about lunch. And then after lunch, we've got a northerly kicking in about 10 to 15 knots. So my plan is come out a little bit wider, not too wide because I can still see the island, but come out a little bit further, fish out here and then move my way back into the coastline as the day goes on. I really want to get home by about lunchtime. And then I've got to go do a talk at the Hervey Bay Amateur Fishing Club and I've got no idea what I'm going to talk about. So I need to think about that while I'm out here. Very underprepared for that. Sorry. Before I even get there, I'm sorry. Okay, there's fish on the sounder. So I need to start fishing and stop talking. Okay, so I was out here yesterday, like I said. We were just using jigs yesterday and we caught lots of small stuff. And there was a few areas where we actually saw big schools of larger fish, but we couldn't get them to bite. And I don't know whether it was just because it was the middle of the day or what we were using, I'm not quite sure. There's a few dolphins getting around too. Very cool this time of day. I'm going to use jigs again, but I've also got a couple of soft plastics I might put down today as well, just to see if that makes any difference. But the goal today is to try and see if we can get a slightly larger specimen of the species we were catching yesterday. So I'm just using the Minn Kota Ultera to just get me on. This mark out here is very, very small. So you really got to judge the currents and all that sort of stuff and get yourself above it. And then get the jig down on top of it accurately. So jigging wise, I'm not going to do anything that I haven't done before. The Minn Kota, when it anchor locks, take note of where the head unit is at the moment. It's moving around a little bit because there's not too much movement out here on the water yet. But it'll always stick the bow into where the current's coming from and the wind's coming from generally. So that'll give you a good indication. So I know the water's moving this way. So I need to cast up there a little bit to let my jig come down so it's nice and vertical next to the boat again. I'm in about 24 meters of water. The Hummingbird's telling me it's 19 degrees. It's late July. So they're the conditions. And the other thing I noticed yesterday was In the Straits, coming past Big Woody Island, Pelican Bank, the water was mucky. It wasn't like dirty, but it was cloudy. Got up sort of around Arch Cliff sort of area, and it started to clear up a little bit. It was still pretty and then it wasn't until I came out sort of this far, I don't even know how far out I am off the island. It was about a 16 nautical mile run this morning from the bay. So once I came out here, the water is crystal clear. Go 4 or 5 miles that way, it gets back to mucky a little bit. So I don't know whether that's playing a part as well. So we'll find out. Okay, let's jog us forward a touch. Now if I can catch, I don't care what size fish I catch. If I can catch a fish on a morning like this, I'm happy as. All right, you notice the sounder looks a little bit different this morning. It's because I got night mode on, so all the colouring and everything's different for night mode, reduces the amount of light and everything. So here we go. A lot of people ask whether soft plastics and jigs and stuff work at night time and in low light. I know this isn't night time, but they do. They work at night and they work low light conditions. A lot of them come with UV stuff on them and everything that you can sort of light up, but even just the plain old with nothing on them will work, because the fish sense the vibration and the movement and all that. Oh, I'm getting a bite. Look at that, look at that. Oh, it's only little. I don't want the little ones. I can see fish down there on the sounder. They're nowhere near like what we had yesterday. Oh. What's going on here? We're right on low tide, so there is very little water movement at the moment. And we've got a fish on. I would suspect by the feel of the fight and the size that it's going to be a pinky. But it's a fish and I'm happy. Got up awesome run this morning. Yeah, it's a pinky. Awesome run. Caught a fish. Glassed out conditions. God, can it get a bit better? By the way, they are quite tasty. No size limit. Threadfin brim is I believe what their name is. No size limit, no bag limit on them. Very nice soft white flesh. Can be eaten. Beautiful. Thank you, David and Kane, for informing me of that, because I always throw them back and they're like, no, keep them. Keep them. They're a good feed. You get a dozen of them, good. All right, come on. I want the bigger. We pulled a couple of nanagai. Even a, ooyy, what's going on here? That's another pinky. Even a juvenile red emperor up yesterday, and they're all sort of in that 30 mark. So I'm really hoping to find something a bit bigger. Come on. Oh, that was a big hit. So I'm just single hop. So I'm just letting the jig come up and then just flutter back down. See how it's, oh. Sometimes I think the fish grab it and they just sort of swim with it for a bit. They're not hooked up. And it won't sink through the water column. Oh, that's better. That pull drag. Could be two pinkies. This feels a bit different. It's not fighting like a pinky. Could just be a foul hooked something. What we got here? different shape. Oh, foul hooked a really baby trevally. Foul hooked him. Okay. Ooh, it's grunting at me. Oh, there's a nice big school on the sounder now. Right there. That's very different. Okay, I'll see if I can show you that on the side scan. That's distinctly different. That is. Take a photo of that. Here comes that sun. How glorious is that? Have a look. Oh. Still getting smaller models. Not sure if you can see this. Look at this. I don't even have to drop that very far. Oh, I don't know. I hope you can see it, hey folks. Like, there is bonito everywhere. Look at them. I'll drop that through him. Now come back up. Oh, he's hooked up now. He's let go of it. Whee! Drop it back down. Oh, there is millions of them down there. Drop it through them. And whoop, 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 here they come, whoop, whoop. See how close I can get them to the boat. Look at them all, there's hundreds of them. All right, so there's lots of bonito here. Oh God. Good fun to catch, but I really want, and that'd be them on the sounder there, so I'll show you on the side imaging. It's just there, there's just thousands of them on either side. Bird doing a bit of work out there. How good does that look? Oh yeah. You really do. Yes, it sucks. Getting up early in the morning, it's cold, I don't want to do it. But I'll tell you what, it's so rewarding when you do. Especially if you can catch a fish. Now I just need to find some larger, more solid arches. That's what I want. So much like yesterday, I'm catching lots of... Not even doing anything to the jig. It's not even on the bottom. It's just getting tap, 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 tap. Ow. It's I'm just catching lots of small stuff. Lots of pinkies, a couple of those bonito. Mr. Muttonbird out the back here has come to join me. Oh, look at this. 2 piggies. It's a double. That's why that one felt a bit bigger. The double pinkies. That's crazy. Oh my God. How many pinkies can you get on one lure? Okay. So, no real difference at this particular location. Still catching lots of the same stuff that I caught yesterday. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move around a little bit now. Follow my own advice, see if I can find if there's any larger, more solid sort of schools, larger arches on the sounder to sort of indicate bigger sort of predatory fish. I'll just do that for a few minutes in this particular area, just do a couple of circles, 100 meters, 200 meters, and then if I don't find anything different, I'm going to head into my next spot where we saw the larger schools yesterday, but we couldn't get them to bite. Okay, so second spot, the show on the sounder is definitely more substantial, bigger arches and things. I'll show you a screenshot. Just like it was yesterday, but we had trouble trying to convince them to bite. So I'll give the jig a couple of goes, then I'll put a plastic down just to see if that makes any difference. Try a couple of different retrieves, different weights, colours, because I'd love to know. Change goggles because the sun's coming up a bit. Still a bit of cloud around, so a bit of a northerly. We might get a bit of rain maybe out here. Oh, yep. Feels very different from a... It's not a pinky. Feels a bit different. Oh, big turtle. Wow. I don't think I've ever caught any of them on a jig before. Wow. Oh. So I'm in a bit of a predicament here. Oh, he's off. No, he's not. Something gave. Okay. I think I might have hooked into something. Might be a bit bigger than I can handle. It's always the way. I swap to the lighter jigging rod. I might just try and move forward a few paces. Get back. Oh no. I think I was outgunned there. Outgunned, I think. That's gone at the leader to braid knot, which is when you are outgunned, that's where you want it to pop, because you don't want your rod to snap. So you want it to go at the weakest point. I really didn't feel like I was in control of that at all. I was, he was dictating all the terms, whatever it was. So it must have been a decent fish, because, I mean, that's 25, well, that's 25 pound braid. So disappointed. Finally hooked one. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit down after that, because I mean, I came out here specifically to try for the larger species after getting lots of little ones. And I think if you're watching that fight, I know I was a little bit distracted with a few other things on the deck and stuff, but I really didn't look in control of that at all. I think that fish pretty much had me. It was, felt very trevally-ish, maybe tuna-ish, like, it was very big thumps. And I'm going to have to check the drag washers on this reel, because the drag didn't really feel very smooth at all. So yeah, I think I just got my backside handed to me by something down deep. So anyway, when I tried to tighten the drag, and I tried to cup the spool a couple of times, when he pulled while I was doing that, I just felt like everything was gonna snap. So there was a lot of weight there. Yeah, anyway. Why do we do it to ourselves? As fishermen, why do we do it? So retie, keep your tags so they don't go in the water. I'm actually shaking a little bit because I'm a little bit annoyed, I think. Right folks, I'm done. I honestly don't know how many of those pinkies, little hussar, baby snapper, bonito, I don't know, I pulled up heaps. Couldn't get onto anything decent today, and when I did, you saw what happened. So so I'm going to run in. Still don't know what I'm going to do in that talk this afternoon, but anyway, I might talk about what happened today. Yeah, so good fun. I mean, caught fish, can't complain about that. It's easy to get a feed off those threadfin brim and the little hussar and stuff. So we've done that, and I will, hopefully we will have some good weather over the weekend to do a family trip. I'm pretty sure the kids and Jen want to come out and have a look at the whales and do some paddleboarding, so we'll probably try and do that on the weekend. Yeah, okay, so thanks for watching, subscribe, all that sort of stuff, it helps us immensely. Sorry I couldn't get you a trophy fish to show today, but that's just how fishing goes sometimes. Rightio, and it's 10 to 11 dear. I know I said 10, which meant 11. I'm actually leaving before I thought I would. Right, see you later.